Hi guys, as you know, this is Annie Kapp. She graduated last year. She's currently a student at The Ohio State University, and she's also my business partner with Cameron Kirk and Laura Cook. The four of us have one big thing in common, and it's that we share one massive idea, and that is to create a clothing company. We created Zaber Clothing last year. It is a for-profit clothing company that currently is making t-shirts. We're actually wearing them right now. And as a company, we are inspired by the future generations of artists and designers. And we want to put their work on our shirts and give them a chance to advertise themselves in ways that they wouldn't be able to otherwise.
So for those of you who don't know, our company started out of Laura's leadership and business class. And the last trimester assessment we had to do was to create this fictitious business plan for any company we wanted. And as a class, Leah just so happened to have an art project for a jean company called Thread. So we all took that and we broke up into the different groups for the different portions of the business plan. And Leah and Cam and I and Paige were all in the marketing group. And we were sitting there one day working on our portion, and we said, why don't we actually try to start this? So we went to Laura and we said, look, we want to try to start this. Do you think we can do it? And Laura never doubted us one bit. She never said, you guys are crazy for wanting to do this. And so we would have meetings with her out of the class, and it kind of created tension in the class because people would get mad at us and said we were going behind their backs. But in the end, after the class was over, we still were meeting with Laura. And one day over winter break, we were sitting in Laura's office, and we were going over every single competitive analysis that we did, and we found our gap in the industry with denim. And we said, okay, well, we're really going to do this. We've done all of our research. And so I went home that night, and I found a trade show in New York City over Martin Luther King weekend, and I said, why don't we go to this? We don't have school. So we all bought our own plane tickets, and our parents just kind of said, we'll give you the money, but you know, we don't know if it's going to work. And so we went to New York, and we didn't even have a business name. We registered under ABC Company, and when we went to get our registration packets, the people just looked at us like, what the heck are you doing here? Because we were just these students. And we went down the escalator, and it was just wall-to-wall booths of all of the textiles from every single manufacturer from all the different countries. And it was funny because we had no idea how to introduce ourselves to all these people. And so we were walking down, and Laura kind of stepped back and let us do it on our own. And at first we were a little rusty. We didn't know what to do, and we would wait for one another to say, hi, we're so-and-so. But by the end of the day, we were really confident, and we built these great relationships with these companies. And we even got an invite to this invite-only trade show called Kingpins.
Kingpins was a very unique experience for us, maybe one of the best ones we had in New York, I think. We walked there. It was a really far walk. It was a building that was not labeled at all. There was a guy standing at the door, and he looked like a bouncer, and it was very official. And we walked up the stairs, and white walls, loud music, and you could tell this was like the place to be. It was like, if you are looking for something in this industry, then you want to be there. And we had some really good experiences with a company called Cone Denim, and we found the denim we wanted. It was called Beer Bottle Brown. It was recycled, and we loved it. And we had some really weird experiences with some companies, and we walked up to these two guys standing there. We were like, hi, we are a startup jean company from Columbus, Ohio, and we aren't looking for a lot. We just need some samples of denim to make jeans with. They were like, well, what's your minimum? Or no, actually, we were like, what's your minimum? And they were like, well, what's yours? We were like, well, we don't know. We just need a little amount. And they were like, well, we work with True Religion. We probably can't help you. And they just assumed that they were better than us, and because of our age, we couldn't do it. And after that experience, we reached our peak in jeans. We had a plan. We knew what we were doing. We had denim. We had someone to make them. And we just knew everything, and then it completely failed. We took 10 steps forward, and then we took 13 steps backwards. And we sat down in Laura's dining room one night, and we were like, we're over this. This is annoying, and we're frustrated with each other, and we just don't know what to do. And Cam was like, well, let's just make t-shirts. And we were like, okay, this could actually kind of work. And we had tons of ideas. We were going to put buttons on shirts. We were going to go to garage sales and pick things out, which never worked. And then we decided to put student artwork on it, and that's when we started t-shirts, which we're still currently doing. And t-shirts is like a different step to get to jeans, because that's the ultimate goal. It's the same goal we had in the beginning, and we're eventually going to get there somehow. But one of the most challenging things about this whole entire process has been having 5 partners. Absolutely one of the biggest struggles we've had. And it's also been like the largest learning experience for all of us. Everyone has a different opinion, a talent, and a weakness, and we didn't recognize those in the beginning. It was uncomfortable, and we didn't know how to say no, and we were just like, okay, let's just ignore that comment. And then when we realized that someone was good at branding, and someone was good at bringing us all together and was the glue to our company, and someone was the overhead light, and one of us was really creative. And when we recognized those talents, we could put them to good use. And we figured out where to put them and how to use their talents properly. Some of the good things about having 5 partners is that there was funding. We all had to pitch in at the same time, and that made it really easy for us to try to accomplish what we wanted, even though we didn't have enough money to make jeans in the beginning. There's also a lot of ideas flowing, and we were feeding off of each other's energy. Annie and I would get really excited about certain things, like get really excited about everything. And then Paige was just like, you guys need to chill out because that's not realistic at all. You can't do that. And then there's also like everyone, we just like figured out what we were good at and we just worked together constantly. The bad things about having business partners is there's many of them, but everyone has different schedules, priorities, and communication is always a tough one because we would get so frustrated with each other, and sometimes we just want to like yell at them and be like, I don't want to listen to you because right now I hate you. And then sometimes that same person you're so frustrated with has the best ideas. And on Saturday, the best idea came out, and that was the person we were most frustrated with all the time. And it was just like it was a very different experience after that.
So when Cam and I came home from college, we our company took a spur-of-the-moment decision to enter into the Wellington Market Day before Arts Premiere on Saturday. And when we first got there, we gave Laura a lot of grief because we had our booth with all of our clothes, and we had the credit card swipers and all the order forms. And next to us is a little girl selling tiaras, and then on the other side there's a little girl selling marshmallows. And so we thought, Laura, what are you doing? Like, this is not what we're trying to do. But it actually turned out to be one of the greatest experiences. We were really successful that day, and people started recognizing us. There were parents who had learned about us when we were doing jeans, and one said, oh, you're not doing jeans anymore, you must be doing t-shirts, and wanted to know our journey throughout that experience. And another neat thing was we had a parent come up to us and give us this contact for a really great business opportunity in the near future. And so throughout the whole process, we've been very grateful for everything everybody's done for us. And I think at Wellington, we've had a lot of connections. Like, we were sitting in Ralph Lauren headquarters meeting with the chief of advertisements because somebody helped us get there. And we were sitting with this really successful entrepreneur one day for an hour just learning all about his company, and he was giving us information because somebody helped us get there. So we took that opportunity, and on Saturday, these 2 little boys were selling candles for a charity. And we went up to them and we learned their story, and they're little first graders here at Wellington, and they were just so excited about what they were doing. And so we took the opportunity to give back what everybody had been doing for us, and we said, why don't we put your candles on our website? And it was like, it almost brought me to tears because the boys were just so excited. They were telling all of their friends that, oh, these people are going to put our candles on their website. And it was so nice. Everybody's done so much for us to be able to give back and do something for these 2 little first graders. And that's really what our company is about, giving back and giving other people the opportunities to do things that they might not be able to do.
Like Annie said, Saturday was definitely a turning point for us because we realized that, we had always believed in ourselves and we always believed that we'd get somewhere eventually. But on Saturday, we believed in what we were believing, and we saw it actually come to life. And we'd sit there and be like, someone actually wanted to buy a shirt that we made. and someone actually wanted to wear in public the art that I just made in art class. And like someone else wanted to wear my friend's art, and it was just like, well, this could actually work at one point in our lives. And the theme today is big ideas, and it's kind of like, when I think about it, I think of the quote that Teddy Roosevelt had, and it's, if you believe you can, then you're halfway there. And if you believe in your big idea, then there's no one that can stop you from living your big idea.